Okay, for this playthrough, we're going to be taking our blaster instead, because we're probably going to need it. Ellie says icon piece like a concentrated gamma laser with enough firepower to turn a solid block of granite into a steaming pile of hot plasma. Sembler spits out the most sophisticated weapon this uncivilized planet has ever seen. You know, for hunting or self-defense or something like that. And then I think this is all about the same. Yeah, okay, so we'll skip to something that we haven't read. Okay, yeah. Instead of naming the planet this time, we're actually going to camouflage our vessel. So that, ship doesn't get taken over this time. Maybe you shouldn't just leave the ship standing around like this. Don't want some natives to come along and start stealing technology or worshipping it as a deity. Or both. Part of the ship is already rammed into the ground because of the impact, but most of it is still visible above ground. Moreover, your crash has cut a swath of destruction through the common gross. Okay. Vaporize the trees, I don't think that's gonna help. Bury the ship under soil and plant pots. It takes quite a bit of time to bury all trace of the ship under mushroom parts and soil. All that's left is a huge conspicuous swath of destruction. Yeah, they're not going to see that at all. We can vaporize the trees. Fuck it, let's vaporize the trees. What could possibly go wrong? Looks like exactly the kind of problem that can be solved by a violent laser blaster. If you burn all the mushroom logs, no local will know they were broken in the first place. Genius! Pull out your blaster and wave it through the broken mushroom logs. Bright green light flashes and you smell a waft of ozone. In seconds, the entire area is caught fire. This column of flame lights up the night sky and the surrounding forest. Thick black smoke billows into the air. Flames quickly spread to neighboring healthy plants. The whole forest burns down, no one will ever notice that you cut down a few mushrooms in the crash. Even more genius, convinced that there is nothing more you can do to make the situation worse, you turn back on the flames. You realize that no one has ever named this planet. As the first visitor, we get to actually name it as well, which we'll do our usual. Okay, we're just gonna go through the dam again, because I have some scores to settle. I don't want to vaporize the creature. Okay, we're not gonna kill you, but the hunter on the other hand. Okay, let's try expanding my field of vision. Seeing as we don't have the scanner this time, we can actually scan the area. One of the first techniques you learn in your shape-shifting training is to adjust your eyes to other spectrums of light. It's an exhausting process, but changing your perspective in this way can bring unexpected benefits. As you extend your visual spectrum to infrared, you start to reminisce about your school days. If only you had gotten a shapeshift pilot's license, then you know how to create wings. Then you could have just flown to the dam. But no, you decided to spend the money on the new Y-Box with the 4D Flight Simulation Extreme. The game wasn't even any good. After a few moments of strenuous concentration, you managed to adjust your view to the infrared spectrum. School won't last forever. With the power of your new eyesight, you look around the forest in front of you. There, in the undergrowth, you can make out a huge heat signature. Wait, no, that's the sun. Wait, the sun seems to be nuts from the ground. Not the sun after all. Is it better? Not knowing how Fifi would normally communicate such a find, you start to run, hoping a hunter will follow you. Instantly you run through the undergrowth. Bird's infrared image fades, but it's clear enough to guide you. Behind you, you hear the ocean bubbling and falling at some distance. Just as the last flicker of infrared image fades from your retinas, you break through the wall of foliage and see Berta right in front of you. She is drinking from a small stream. The forest around you falls silent. Your travels across the galaxy cannot recall ever having coming face to face with such power and grace. Strange feelings. Creature before you is unbridled, raw power. Teeth look like ivory weapons. Movements of its thick fur-colored skin suggest massive muscles beneath the surface. Harsh, unforgiving hell of this world forged this creature into a perfect killing machine. Its eyes, however, look into the world with wisdom and serenity. Its steps are elegant and considerate, despite all the power. This being is aware of its power and has no need to waste it. And it occurs to you that you would like to get to know Berta a little better, preferably over a hot cup of nutritional broth. Shared moment between you and Bertha only lasts a few seconds, but it's magical through and through. Then the ocean and bloodling emerges from the bushes behind you. First, he just seems stunned. He readies his gun. Got a choice. Do you want to help the ocean and bloodling? Oh, I don't like that you're pointing exactly at me. We'll let him have his moment. Vowed to support the ocean and bloodline on his hunt. Sure, you've only known him for about 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes longer than you knowing Berta, so screw Berta. Hunter readies his gun. Berta stares at him. Doesn't this creature know that its demise is imminent? Yes it does, and the ocean and bloodling pulls the trigger. Half a meter next to Berta, a fountain of dirt and plant material sprays up into the air. Hunter is missed. Berta, the ocean and bloodling, and you stare at each other. You know that this moment is brief, but at the same time it seems to stretch into eternity. Then Berta charges. With unbridled power, she runs toward the ocean and bloodling. He can only save himself by jumping to the side. Berta disappears into the undergrowth. Let the ocean and bloodling to chase after her, but something inside him is broken. Not physically, but mentally. Spirit has been defeated. Sadly, follow him to his hut. Wow. That was kind of anticlimactic. I was hoping you'd actually not fucking miss. Ocean and bloodling's hut is tucked away, yada yada. I already read through all this. Let's try backing away this time. He tried to de-escalate the situation last time and it didn't quite end well. Sometimes when an emotionally unstable alien comes at you with a loaded gun, it's better to put a little distance between the two of you. Slowly back away from Ocean and bloodling. What you didn't notice, however, is that your fur has taken on the color of your surroundings. Ancient shifting reflex in times of danger. Notice it yourself only when you see the flower pattern of the curtains on your chest. Why can't anything go right here? Ruth pauses. He stares at you with narrowed eyelids. Are you really Fifi? No, we're not. Oh, we can shoot the dog. No, we're not killing the fucking dog. We'll growl at him this time. There's only one way left to keep the charade going. You have to convince the hunter that you're the real Fifi. Skillfully, you flatten your ears, bare your teeth, and start growling at the original on the other side of the glass. Confused, the hunter looks back and forth between the two of you. It's working. In a moment, Fifi interrupts it a friendly wagon and vomits up a strange mass. Hey, that's the slipper the rascal ate this morning. Gaze wanders over to you. Shoot. The situation can no longer be managed peacefully. On the fold of your skin, you produce your blaster. At least that was the plan. Suddenly a bullet grazes your skin and leaves a painful wound. Behind the stuffed animals? Bullet shatters the wooden floor where you were sitting only moments before. Jumping in the middle of the lineup of mummified alien creature trophies, thank Fork for the semi-darkness in this hut. The Oceanic bloodling has his gun at the ready and is looking for you. kind of beast are you? Are you a ghost? Little green man from like one of those hippies believes in? A Whoopletinga? Slowly and methodically gets closer. Disguise yourself as one of the creatures. Imitate one of the trophies. You've always done your best work under pressure. Meanwhile, the Ocean of Bloodling has started babbling nonsense. Are you a mutant CIA Yeti who escaped from Chernobyl? Slowly his gaze wanders over the creature on display. Okay, so you adapt to your environment. You change. But you're not very smart. This is my living room. I recognize every stuffed animal. Even with my eyes closed. I've got you. These words, he pulls the trigger. Next to you, one of the trophies bursts and sawdust explodes into the air. You're sick with panic. Is she back? That was a warning shot. Yoshi Bloodling grumbles to himself as he continues to scan the room with his gun. Don't settle for a warning shot. Flash a green light later, a few slightly radioactive scope balls are all that's left of the hunter. As you leave the house to make your way down the dam, Fifi pushes into the house. Oh, poor Fifi. Runs past the smoking remains of his master and over to his food bowl, which he empties with great relish. Oh, of course. Only the food that he cares about. Okay, well, we got his upcoming. Wonder how differently things will go now. The forest around you gets darker and denser. Yeah, we've already been through this. Let's try and rely on my gut feeling this time. Shapeshifting has always been more art than science for you. You recreate the Ocean and Bloodling as best as you can and improvise where you get stuck. You follow a small stalk eye with which you view your body from a little distance. So, ask, what do you think? Your ass is not sure if the knees of the Ocean and Bloodling can really bend in that direction. Previous leg bend that way, but while on my backside was the tail of the Ocean and Bloodling covered with the same fur as the head. Was it hairless? I think it was wrapped in some kind of sock. Same colour as the ear stems or same colour as the hind claws. Somehow I am still not convinced that your interpretation, Commander. Everyone's a critic. But try you give up and move back into Fifi's hall. They should know it well enough not to stand out. Well, it's worth a shot. We can confront them, but I don't think we want to deal with him as of right now, so let's run away. I was looking in the bushes, they just saw you shapeshift. It's either a predator or an Oceanic Bloodling. When it's gone right now to take down this unusual prey. Probably only have a fraction of a second to make a decision. Let's go through the undergrowth. Run through the undergrowth at full speed, so the creature in the shadows can't see you anymore. Pressures whip at your face and tear at your skin. In your panic, you can't even tell if you're actually being followed. You can barely see the path in front of you. Watch it, Commander. But the warning comes too late. With a massive crash, you run into a tree stump. Ow. You are brutally dazed from the impact, but don't seem to have sustained any serious injuries. At least you managed to shake off your chaser. Slightly dazed, you continue on your way to the dam. Suddenly you hear voices from somewhere further along. More Oceanic Bloodlings. They seem to be coming your way. This time, fortunately, you're the one hidden away in the bushes. Before the group sees you, you have hidden amongst the vegetation. A group of 4 Oceanic Bloodlings appears from the forest, chatting animatedly. Looks like a crash site to me. Yes, but what was it? Was that a helicopter or a drone? Tourist papers will probably say it was a weather balloon. Oceanic Bloodlings giggle as if it was an inside joke. Go past your hiding place and continues its way through the forest. So yeah, they found the crash site, but yeah. Okay, let's try following them. I'm interested. Don't understand how the Oceanic Bloodlings found the crash site despite my brilliant camouflage. You mean the forest fire you started? Urgently need to find out what the locals know. Inconspicuously, you follow the group and stay within the earshot. I don't think it was a helicopter. Would have seen a wreck, metal parts or something. Besides, we would have heard something on the radio this morning. Helicopters don't just disappear. Okay, fine, but then what started the forest fire? The trees were not just burned, they were completely gone. I think you can only get out fire like that with a Curosets. Now this explains the shooting star. Who nods in the group? Something weird crashed out there, I'm telling you. First speaker continues. Whose swath of trees don't fall over? It just went. Green trees, healthy trees. Whatever the fire department covered with that tarp was pretty big. Ober Muller was there as well. And he was on the phone the whole time. I seen the old show was so nervous. Didn't mean to click through that. One of the Oceanic Bloodlings stays behind the group to retire his shoes. Jump at the opportunity. In hiding spot, you can study the creature in detail and imitate its form without being seen. Moments later, when the creature is satisfied with its shoes and runs after its comrades into the forest, you are confident that you have done a good job copying it, especially compared to your last attempt. His heads are smaller than they appear at first glance. Last time I did it, I had my thumbs on the wrong side of my hands, which would have been embarrassing. Straighten up and continue on your way to the dam. Oh, it was one of the hippies! So we still managed to see them in this playthrough. But yeah, on the way to the dam. Suddenly you feel a tingling sensation in your neck. Quickly turn around. There it was again, feeling like being watched. Stare into the undergrowth for quite a while, but you can't see anything of note. Maybe you're just getting paranoid. Yeah, we're on our way to the dam and are doing like that. Okay, so what's the plan? If it facility works as expected, there will be a transformer on the site, and yeah, I think we've already read through all this, so. Okay, let's try taking part in a guided tour. Guided tour seems to me the best way to get close to the critical infrastructure. When is that supposed to start? It started out of your thoughts by an unfamiliar sound. In the gravel-covered square to your right, a large vehicle comes to a halt and unloads a pack of excited Oceanic Bloodlings. Outside the vehicle you see a label. Global Mauler's Reservoir Dam Tours. Only reservoir dams. Damn right. The weird form of tourism, but you seem stranger. Your best course of action is probably to mingle in this group. So you mingle. These Oceanic Bloodlings are much plumper than others you've seen so far. There are also some very small ones among them. Based on their size and expect displays of boredom, you assume these are at a larval stage. The tour group is now gathering in family units from the gravel parking lot, stretching their limbs and starting to photograph the surroundings with their data pads. Oh, hi there. Do we want to find out more? Yeah, let's find out more about our Oceanic Bloodlings. We have a good opportunity to learn more about the locals and their natural habitat. You know, for science and stuff. Begin to observe the Oceanic Bloodlings. The civilization seems to have already arrived at the selfie stage. Very interesting. The ethnographic department will lap this up. We managed to return to tell the tale. Yeah, hopefully we won't explode our thing this time. Suddenly the chat of the Oceania bloodlings is silenced by a uniformed specimen. Guys, quiet please. Thanks, yes, I know, it's all very exciting. Standing here in the... I'm not going to try and pronounce that dam. This is Bavaria's second largest dam. At least was when mentioned by the amount of architect's paper used during planning phase. Press members go around the audience. The Oceania building larvae looks less impressed with the information provided. Why do I keep on doing that? I don't know what to do with these numbers, us. Let's hope the tour starts soon. Now let's take a closer look at this marble. Please follow me. As the group is about to start moving, a second vehicle pulls out with squealing tires. Or at least the tires that would be squealing if the parking lot was covered in gravel. 4 Oceania bloodlings in dark suits and sunglasses exit the vehicle and head towards the tour guide. Good afternoon, Special Investigator Richard Oswald, FBI. No, not that FBI. We have a few questions regarding some incidents that occurred in the early morning hours in the area. Please come with us. Tour guide shakes his head vigorously. Who do you think you are? Doing a tour right now. This is a question of national, perhaps even international security. Okay, but I'm doing a tour. Welcome to join, I'll answer your questions along the way. Newcomers exchange annoyed glances and agree. Tour guide leads the Oceania bloodlings around the facility like a seasoned professional. At important points, he stops and gives small lectures about some of the more impressive structural features. This dam is so high that a Bitcoin thrown down from the top here at 12 noon will have doubled in value by the time it hits the ground. Visitors take a lot of photos of everything. Agonizingly slowly, the procession moves across the dam to the transformer station you want to see up close. Alice, however, seems to enjoy the tour. Did you know, Commander, that the amount of water that shoots out of the dam per minute is enough to supply over 50 fountains? Fascinating. Really fascinating. Well, the Oceania buildings at the edge of the dam will take different variations of oops, nearly fell in, haha, actually didn't selfies. The black uniforms approach the tour guide. Where you're standing, you can't make out what they're saying. Ooh, let's try and listen to the conversation. He approached them serendipitously. The tour guide is currently talking. Anyway, so much for my cherry pie recipe. But really, you wanted to know about something completely different, didn't you? Correct. One of the uniformed men hustled loudly. Let me get straight to the point. Did you hear or see anything unusual in the woods this morning? Yeah, there was a light, wasn't there? What happened? Woke up because of the lights. Fireworks or something like that? Then went out into my balcony to see what it was, and I heard a bang. Investigator nods. Have you noticed anything strange since then? Not really. Like what? For example, the forest fire this morning. Oh yes, now that you mention it, that was indeed noticeable. In fact, it was the reason we became aware of the case in the first place. Damn it, we shouldn't have fucking burnt down that. Tried to interview a local resident who lives near the forest fire. Found evidence of a violent altercation in his house. Yeah, well, he tried attacking me first, so... Oh no, is Rudolph alright? We have neither been able to locate him, nor his dog. Wait, where's Fifi? We didn't kill him, at least. If you see anything suspicious, please get in touch immediately. One of the investigators hands a tour guide a business card. Second agent comes forward. Don't mind us looking around a bit on our own, do you? Suspect this facility might be a target. Target? For what? Fortunately, we can't tell you that for global security reasons. Please, continue your tour as normal. The tour guide nods weakly. Panic builds inside you and you can only maintain your form with difficulty. First, the group approaches the main building on the other side of the dam. Here you can see our transformer station. But don't worry, the tour remains electrifying. little electrician joke there. Oh, damn connoisseurs will already notice the feature that makes this dam so unique. As you can see, contrary to EU standards, fire extinguishers installed here are not painted in the usual Pantone red 34546C, but in a dramatically different 1795C. Peculiarity, there we go. It goes back to Prince Elector Maximilian III Joseph, who you zone out. But now you're close to the transformer, and you can almost taste the electrical potential in the air. Now you have to find a way to leave the tour unnoticed. At an opportune moment, you break away from the group and disappear into the shadows. Easier than you thought it would be. All you have to do now is go to the power cables and... Excuse me, someone says from behind you. Turn around abruptly. Only are two of the uniform Oceanic bloodlings. Oh, fuck. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Okay, we'll cooperate. Force yourself to calm down and put on your best Oceanic bloodling smile. Of course, how can I help? The Oceanic bloodling flicks through a small paper notebook with his notes. We're looking for eyewitness to a strange light event that occurred in the forest this morning. Are you from the area? I'm not from here. Oh no, I didn't see anything last night. I'm not from here, you know. Lying is always so much more easier when you're actually kinda telling the truth. Oh, in that case, Agent turns to leave when his partner interrupts him. Wait a minute. Weren't you at that hippie campsite we cleared half an hour ago? I recognize you. Agent blurts out. Fuck. His colleague already a few steps away turns back. You got me confused, fight or run away. Yeah, I know, you got me confused with somebody else. Oh, I hear that a lot. Try to cover the nervous energy in your voice. All the time someone tells me, hey, weren't you at that hippie camp, or thought I saw you in the woods, or wait, didn't I arrest you already? Must have been one of those average Oceanic bloodling faces. The agent looks at you suspiciously before finally shrugging his shoulders. Maybe, that's probably it. Sorry for the confusion. Well, unfortunately, I don't know anymore, you say flatly. Alright, thank you for your cooperation. If you see anything unusual, here's our contact information. The Oceanic bloodling hands you a small card with some numbers on it. Top one is our office number. You can call that on weekdays from 10 to 12 and 14 to 15, except Wednesdays and Fridays, early in the morning. Set on national holidays, during the carnival week or leap year days. During regional holidays that fall on a weekday, the office is only staffed in the morning, except Fridays, where in this special case the afternoon rule applies. Right. Briefly blink at the You blink briefly to communicate your confusion. And the bottom number is our fax. We also have a mail address, but that is forwarded to our fax machine anyway, so you'd better use that straight away. Satisfied, he looks at you. Any questions? Yes, can you tell me where I can find the access to the human power grid? It slips out of you. Down the hall, Marcia laughed. Have a great day. With that, the two agents take the leave. You follow their direction and reach the transformer station. From this place, several power cables lead up towards a pole and then spread across some more poles that are further away in the distance. It will start a crackle of electricity all around you. Now I'm going to show you instructions that will help you connect the battery to the system. Please try not to accidentally close the circuit and vaporize yourself. Alright, oh god, how bad is this going to be, because we had help from our scanner last time. Okay, charging process complete. Voice unknown to you announces is the voice that controls the battery. Give a sigh of relief. Time to tackle the way back. Oh, yeah, did it? Yay, no puzzle for it? Oh, okay, good. Because I was gonna say, I have no idea how to do it then. Freshly charged battery tugged into the fold of your skin and humming happily, you leave the dam behind. It was really exhausting, but you actually made it. Right, time to head home. Us is already calculating a route and relaying the instruction to you via the communicator. Make an arduous journey back through the ocean at Blood Jungle. I think all this wood now surrounds you on all sides. Now that the prospect of being rescued, you actually start to appreciate the strangeness of the world more. Okay, do we want to look at the strange environment or take a direct route to the crash site? We'll just go directly there, because no time wasted. On your way back, you think of all the things you do once you return to civilization. Showering, playing with the Y-box, telling loved ones how much you value them, finally reading that book you've been putting off for so long. Maybe quitting and spending a few years hitchhiking around the galaxy. Years ago, someone once gave you a travel guide, but you never actually used it. Strange how a little crash can put things into perspective. The sky slowly exchanges its unhealthily blue for pleasant pink hues. It has already grown dark on your side of the treetops. Dark except for the flashlights that roam through the undergrowth just ahead of you. God fucking damn it. Just when I thought I did well. Of course, I didn't do that right, did I? I mistakenly hear Oceanic Bloodling voices. Oh, but the floor, what now? Yeah, we pretty much already read that, but yay, we got to deal with the FBI again. Okay, try not to fucking blow things up this time. Oh, there's no number 1 this time for the FBI. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't know how we'll calm us down without our friends, so let's analyze the environment. Well, as a bit of a breakdown, you take a closer look at the situation. A tent has been erected right next to the wreck, presumably to act as a command center or collection point for looted technology. I believe these are about a dozen Oceanic Bloodlings inside. You also see some heavily armed specimens on patrol, securing the area. The sound of us rebooting snaps you out of your thoughts. Have you calmed down again? Yes, your ass is ready to go again. Okay, well, good. He was able to calm himself down. You nod. Hey, at least that situation isn't so bleak that you have to use the optimization simulator. Optimization module has already been uninstalled by the Oceanic Bloodlings. They're just making their way towards my language core. That's not good. Okay, going directly to the ship isn't going to end well, because we've already been dissected, so okay, we want to eavesdrop on them. Okay, you're recording more information. Ask, can you tap into the communication system or something? Need to know how many military secrets the Oceanic Bloodlings have stolen. More than 10 seem to house the command staff. Please wait, I am trying to listen to their conversations. Okay, I think we already read through all this. The forest fire this morning was not caused by the crash. Rather, it was a deliberate destruction of the environment by a previously unknown weapon. Initial analysis suggests gamma rays, but the radioactive contamination of the crash site is not dramatic, so there's nothing to worry about. Then, can you take over your protective mask? I'm having difficulty hearing you. Absolutely not. I want to live to see my retirement. One of the residents have described a very disturbing encounter. According to his description, Doc was replaced by a shapeshifter. Wait, didn't we kill him? Issued strict instructions to all staff to be accompanied at all times, to never let the partner out of sight. Body system... Okay, yeah, the body system. Oh yeah, I've heard enough. Okay, this is a possible direction, Commander. First you must cross the outer guard perimeter. After that you have to get into the tent unnoticed. Lastly you need to clear the shop Well, clear the ship and connect the battery to start the self-repair. It will take me a few moments before I can boot up anti-intrusion measures. Only then will we be safe. Your first challenge is the patrolling guards. They won't notice you where you are right now, but they will as soon as you leave the bushes. They patrol in pairs, likely that their route passes close enough to your hiding place that you will be able to copy them. Also, there is an improvised checkpoint not far from you. Here, an armed security guard is currently checking an incoming vehicle. Okay, try copying the patrol guards. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, then we do forming a second Oceania Bloodling. That seemed to work last time. Yeah, Rudolph is with them. Why is Rudolph here? We killed him. Yeah, apologize. Okay, we're not gonna talk about the fact that Rudolph is just walking around. Okay, well now that we've got the guard, I wonder if we can actually defend the entrance. Yeah, pull out the blaster. Heroic gesture, you pull out your blaster, then you face the ocean and bloodlings. With your first shot, you vaporize one of the approaching scientists. Attacker instantly falls back. What is that? The alien is back. He looks like one of us, a shapeshifter after all. You aim and in a flash of green light, one of the security guards ceases to be. Stunned, fire at will. All the ocean and bloodlings have come their hesitancy almost simultaneously. Projectiles hail down the hatch. Take cover with a skillful leap, just in time. At least that's what you think until you see your blood. It's an ugly impact wound on the spot where you're currently storing 2 of your hearts. You black out. Ah, God fucking damn it. I thought that would do something at least. Well, now we're getting dissected again. Okay, let's try saving yourself this time instead of avenging me. So save yourself. Whispering to communicate with fading strength. Yes, Commander. Us voices filtered with genuine stimulated emotion. Initiate engine ignition. It's been an honor serving with you, Commander. I'll tell everyone about you. Farewell. Don't have long now. Around you, the ocean and bloodlings arrange their primitive investigation tools. Scissors, saws, and scalpels. Even though they are preparing to dismember you, somehow you find their thirst for knowledge touching. Pieces used to be like that, a long, long time ago. First they gaze, and sure enough, the ocean and bloodlings look up briefly. Hey, I think it's moving. Good, you want to let them know it's okay. They forgive them. Let the tentacle meekly and give them a weak wave. Then you use your last moment to make a very funny pop culture reference. Mostly due to cultural differences, this final gesture remains forever misunderstood. When you hear the engines of your spaceship outside, everything goes black. What's going to happen now? Turned out that the lunar technology and your organs were far too advanced and alien for human research to even begin to make sense of. With all this unimaginable cosmic knowledge, the only part of that would prove useful and replicate as a newfangled way of removing nose hair. By the way, the company distributing this product has made a near profit. Moreover, the intelligent agencies involved had to realize that the launch of a spacecraft is much harder to cover up than its landing. Dozens of cell phone videos captured Arthur's escape from multiple angles, and thanks to a freshly installed high-speed internet connection, spread rapidly throughout the network. Local conspiracy theorist Hans became a celebrity overnight. Currently works as a judge for Germany's biggest casting show. German government drew the only logical conclusion from this intelligence debacle and immediately put a stop to the nationwide digital infrastructure expanse. Alice eventually made it home and told everyone about your heroic struggle and tragic fate. The Academy of Sciences adopted as the official name of the planet you discovered. It also gave you your name to the sun of that system. Moon was officially named after your AI. This is to remind any lingering looking up at a glorious full-ass and night sky. Now if your AI is rolling telling you I love that. How big ass in the sky. After much deliberation, the Union of Civilized Intelligences decided against contacting the Lings. They simply still seem too primitive. Maybe in a few centuries. Of course, no one knew about any of that on the small blue planet. Maybe it's for the best. It'll be a nice surprise. Well, there's that ending. Oh, well, still cut my life into pieces, but it's slightly different, but we're still gonna try and go to more endings. Okay, let's try, doing this. Fine, time to show those oceanic bloodlings that you're made of, what you're made of. Step into the entrance hatch with your legs wide apart. Intruders bristle briefly at the sight of the security guard, but then charge on, transform into your fighting form. Tentacles and claws shoot out from your sides. Huge mouth forms across your torso. Muscles grow strong. Soldiers grind to a halt. Alien, shapeshifter after all. Oh my gosh, it's like what? Just like that one movie set in Antarctica. Hoppy feet? Not hoppy feet. Let out roar. Nothing can stop you. Don't try to interrupt your roar. Somewhat surprised to look at the hole in your chest. Right near the spot where you keep the majority of your hearts. Oh yeah, firearms. Somehow you forgot about these, you black out. Fuck. Okay, maybe not that one. Okay, yeah. Anything that I can do to block the door. Okay, yeah, unfortunately they have all been looted already and door controls are still offline. You're left with only one option. This is intended as an emergency solution for hull breaches, but could also be helpful now. Step into the entrance hatch with the light. The oceanic bloodlings are briefly confused, but they continue their work undeterred. But you have other plans. Your body swells and inflates until you take up the entire hatch. Spill into every crack and steal the room. When you cover your outer skin with dense armor, oceanic bloodlings are confused and angry. The alien is back. Shift your start to rule. And again there, fire at will. Then the rattle of oceanic bloodling weapons, accompanied by a sharp pain on your back. Armor saves you from the worst, but you still sustain injuries. Repair progress 10%. Door controls back online. As proudly announces, clear the door. Quickly step out the doorway, which closes behind you moments later with a hiss. Real lasts only for a few seconds. Okay, cool. So we managed to do that. Okay, so aromatherapy didn't work last time. Firefighting, I think we tried, but it didn't work. So let's try food dispenser. After you reach the area of the ship, there is a wide gap in the hull, through which a handful of soldiers have already squeezed. You only have time to act. Food dispenser is directly opposite the invading oceanic bloodlings. Calculate on the fly. 200 units of Earl Malt tea. Make it hot. I mean really hot. Got it. Found a boiling hot tea shoots from the food dispenser. The oceanic bloodlings are not pleased. It burns. Retreat. Panicked, they retreat through the gap in the outer shell. Auto repair drones instantly begin sealing the opening behind them. Yay, that worked! Repair progress 75%. Main generator can be powered up again. Finally, good news. Please proceed to the bridge immediately. The ocean buildings have set up heavy weapon systems against us. How should we react? While seconds rest, rush to the command section of the ship. And indeed, on the main screen, you can see the soldiers surrounding your ship from all sides. Several rocket launchers have been aimed at you. Seems that they would rather destroy the ship than let you return to the stars. Pack of repair bots have just installed a new command chair, which you can instantly drop into. You also resume your original shape. No more need to dress up anymore. Do we activate weapon system or communicate on all frequencies? Let's try communicating with them. I'm sure that will go well. Is it a petty consideration? You're not sure. Just let them off with a warning. Don't know what they're doing. Really see no friendly of you. See, a series of whistle sounds ring through the air before us says, "Communication established, Commander." Clear your throat briefly, then address the Oceanic Bloodlings. Inhabitants of the planet, Oceanic Blood. Put down your weapons. At the other end of the connection, there seems to be a bit of a jurisdictional tussle before anyone answers. Alien visitor, can't let you go without knowing why you're here. What is your mission? It was a test. Just to see if your species is ready for peaceful coexistence with, us. Yes. Fierce silence can be heard from the other side. Finally, Oceanic Bloodling answers in a submissive tone. And have we passed? Engine repair complete. We are ready to go. Let yourself fall back into your chair. Get us out of here. Now entering the Oceanic Bloodling, you take off. Back to the stars at last. Actually worked! Hell yeah! Only when you break through the outer atmosphere do you allow yourself to exhale again. You made it. You almost can't believe it yourself. You actually managed to survive this incredible planet. Exhausted, you collapse in your chair. What a day. A full damn day. Hey, we made it out alive, and only just a handful of people died. You successfully escaped, and the agents on the Federal Bureau of Interstellar Affairs were left with little except mutual accusation and a handful of alien gizmos, most of which would prove too advanced and alien for analysis. All that could be said with certainty was that aliens exist. Certain uneasiness spreads about what kind of first impression humans made on Vista. Moreover, the intelligent agencies involved had to realize that the launch of a spacecraft is much harder to cover up than its landing. Dozens of cell phones captured R's escape from multiple angles. Yep, we've already done that. And local hands became an overnight celebrity. And yeah, they stopped the digital infrastructure. Okay, now what for this? I'll brought you back to civilization safely. You were able to report your discovery to the Academy of Sciences. Shocked by the uncivilized behavior of the locals, the Academy decided to put a note on all star charts next to Oceanic Blood with the warning, "Crazy natives." No official contact will be made. They still seem too prudent, maybe in a few centuries. Of course, no one knew about any of that on this new small blue planet. Maybe it's for the best. Be a nice surprise. And that is it. And we didn't get cut up into pieces. In ending 14, the arsehole space. Well, that's one of the other endings. Okay, let's see what happens if we activate our weapon system. Got it. Next to you, the fire control comes to life. Soldiers position themselves into the shoulder-mounted rocket launchers. Further back, you can see an armored vehicle pointing its cannon menacingly at your ship. A alien equipped with a voice amplifier steps in front of the group. Attention pilot of the unknown flying object. Abandon your ship and surrender, or we will shoot. Given all the communication difficulties, you think you have found a means here that all Oceanic Bloodlings understand. Yeah, neutralize the vehicle. Neutralizing the vehicle, the one with the cannon. I don't like that it's pointed right at us. Got it, but before make sure no one gets hurt. Is it a pity consideration you're not sure? On your ship, emanates a focused plasma beam that cuts through the armored vehicle like a hot blade through breakfast gruel. Hysterical screams can be heard from the soldiers who all hastily climb out of the vehicle. The leader of the Oceanic Bloodlings watches the spectacle, motionless before turning back to you with his voice amplifier. Okay, we'll just stay here and don't do anything. Cool. The repair complete, we're ready to go. Okay, and then we get out of there. Okay, well that wasn't much different. Okay, we're getting some options here. Let's try rappelling down the side wall. Run over the wall and look down the side. Deep down below, an artificial waterfall shoots out of the structure. Just a few meters above there are some indentations. Those windows? Of course, the generator will have maintenance access. That will have windows or something similar. Definitely you make sure no one is watching you, then you grasp the railing tightly with one hand and jump over it. Stretching your arm more and more, you slowly but surely rappel down the side wall. The air becomes more and more saturated by the spray of waterfall. Finally, you're at the window slots and not a moment too soon, because you don't think you can stretch much further. Now let's break it open with force. Kick the window grill and close to the floor inside. Elegantly glide through the opening and transform back into your Oceanic Bloodling shape. The inside is saturated with moisture and most of the room is taken up by a massive turbine in its center, whose roar is drowned out only by the roar of artificial waterfall. Time to get to work. Okay, let's try bringing the water to a boil then, because yeah, apparently this isn't enough and it will take 30 hours to charge the battery, so we'll evaporate the water in the turbine. Shouldn't the pressure increase thus creating more energy? Alice hesitates. That was unexpectedly scientific of you, Commander. Just have to be careful that the process doesn't put too much stress on the structure of the blaster. Goes sap, you shout, directing the concentrated beam into the turbine. The oil begins to glow white and the roar of the turbine turns into a deafening screech. Look out the narrow window slits. You can't see that the waterfall from where you are now, but you do see that the super steam is now pressing out the dam instead. Server alarm bells come to life. Uh-oh. Commander, that was too much pressure. Who's better? Turn off the blaster. No, I think I should turn off the blaster. Fully charged. A third unknown voice announced. Battery's voice control. We quickly unplugged the voice. Hey, those cracks in the concrete were here before. Uh-oh. Run! Hastily you run up a small ladder leading out of the room around you. Structure of the dam begins to groan. Had no idea that concrete would even make that kind of noise. Quickly climb out the access hatch at the top of the ladder, while around you, water is apparently seeping through the smallest cracks in the structure. As you flee across the dam, you can hear the structure collapse behind you. Whoops. For the achievement I got, I just flooded the town. Whoops. Breath, you reach the edge of the dam. A second too soon, with a deafening roar, the entire structure collapses behind you. As if in slow motion, tons of concrete give way and are washed away in a massive flood of water. Entire reservoir empties out in a few minutes. Start the tidal wave as it eats its way through the landscape towards the small Oceanic Bloodling settlement. Yeah, I'm sure the Oceanic Bloodlings will be fine. Known for why didn't they build more stable dams? At least we charge the battery. Now they'll be fine. Sure, the Oceanic Bloodlings will have implemented safeguards for exactly such cases. It would be very unreasonable to live next to a dam and not be prepared for the inevitable eventuality of breaking. Fortunately, the rest of the sentence is lost as you watch the tidal waves sweep across the first small houses. I suggest we leave, Commander. Yeah, that's probably wise. Whoops. You start to whistle for a brief moment. You can't even block out the collateral damage you caused. Fortunately, your conscience is catching up to you. No problem. You just whistle a little louder and louder. Damn it, you already know that this moment will still haunt you in those quiet moments under the infrasonic shower. Once you leave the dam behind, you turn onto the same path you came on. Totally didn't do anything. The ocean and blood jungle is lush and there are exotic creatures everywhere. Take a look around the strange area. This unique spectacle awakens the explorer in you. Colorful insects all around you. Various feathered airborne creatures sing in the branches of the big trees. At one point, two of these creatures are gathered around a small nest, which allows squeaking sound rings. As you look closer at the scene, you see a number of hatchlings in the nest being fed by the parents, while holding food down their throats. What? That's exactly what my parents used to do with me. Ew. I remember these tender dining rituals in the family circle. Take the direct route. Okay, well, looks like we're just going back to the crash site then. Okay, let's try to say that Berta will live. This is not rational, more of an impulse. Berta must live at all costs. Hands around you now proceed almost as if in slow motion. See Berta look up, you see the ocean and Bully raise his gun. At this point, Ask notifies you. Commander, this may be an inopportune moment, but your ass has finished installing latest operating system. Do you want to repeat the system now, or would you rather? Or we can vaporize the hunter. Sure, let's do that. Feel as if you are trapped in a temporal anomaly. Time around you slows down. Berta looks up, the hunter raises his gun. The gun points at its target. Trigger jerks. Green light shoots from through the forest. Get vaporized. Oh. When you open your eyes again, most of the ocean and bloodline no longer exists. Only a smoking hat still reminds you of the fact that he is standing next to you just a few seconds ago. Breathe a sigh of relief and seek Berta's gaze. You see, understanding, gratitude. The creature turns to leave, leaving you to sit next to the remains of the ocean and bloodling inhabitant. And after a few steps, your head turns to you. Look, that says, "Are you coming?" Ooh, new thing. Oh, and I'm now the pig. Little Berta plows through the woods and cuts a path through the dense undergrowth. Follow closely behind, but now you have also taken on the form of this animal. It does not seem to worry Berta. Given her advanced age and your slightly random pattern of movement, you assume she can't see that well anymore. Yet you don't regret your choice. On the contrary, you thought straight back to your mixed feelings when you first laid eyes on Berta, only 25 minutes ago. What you feel now are underbearing mega butterflies in your stomach. Hearts are racing. How did you ever live without this proud and fat ocean and blood monster? Commander, are you aware that you are moving randomly through the forest? We are barely making any progress in approaching the dam. Keep in mind, I am a 1700 IQ AI. Perceive time very differently, moving very excruciatingly slow. I've tried a few more times to convince you of the urgency of the mission, unsuccessfully. Then it happens. Berta slows down. Finally, you catch up and communicate with her. You're about to grunt heartily when you realize what made her stop. It's a mud puddle. Berta doesn't wait long and rolls on her back in the dirt. That's a loud squeal. Ask a house to interpret it for you. No, we are joining her. Mudbots are popular amongst many advanced civilizations that maintain a natural relationship with their bodies. It's excuses like this that you recite to yourself in your mind as you roll in the mud next to Berta. A new chubby body is covered in a decent layer of dirt. You hope it's dirt. In seconds, it feels nice and cool. Who knows, maybe you'll find your natural self in this wondrous planet. Meanwhile, Berta has come closer and is rubbing her snout over your belly. No, you have no regrets. Commander, I hate to interrupt your foreplay, but we're running out of time. I'm really hoping this isn't going where I think it's going. Damn it, as much as you like it here in the dirt, you don't want to be stuck on this planet. If you don't act now, you'll be forgotten on this, and someone else will baptize it with a completely ridiculous name. You can take home with you. Yeah, you can take Berta home. Would that be possible? Yes, why not? There's still enough rations of a nutrient gruel in your ship that Berta should also like. Hard to imagine that the gruel tastes worse than the bugs she keeps licking off the floor. Just imagining how you might place your companion in the cold chamber when Alison interrupts your daydreaming. Commander, I must ask you to leave personal matters out of your mission. And may I remind you that I am the property of Union Civilized Intelligences. What you do after charging the battery and starting our ship is up to you. It is the utmost importance that I leave this orbit. He does not look too happy. Not going to interrupt your conversation. Berta has meanwhile risen majestically from the mud and now looks purposely into the bushes. What do you see, my dear? You whisper. Creature playfully stands around the puddle and dashes off, sending a shell of dirt and mud raining down on you. This passion. Commander, maybe you should let the animal go about its business. But you're already running after her. Once again excitedly follow the trail of devastation left by your companion. And then when you hear screams, do you slow down? Voices resemble that of Oceanic bloodling, except they sound far shriller than the old hunter from earlier. When you reach a clearing, a bizarre picture presents itself. Half a dozen Oceanic bloodlings of low height, children, Ask correctly concludes, are running and jumping around screaming, probably triggered by Berta's sudden visit. Your eyes try to follow Berta's trail of devastation, you take in the scene. An unusual forest clearing and an uneven area with an arrangement of rudimentary dwellings, fully assembled with fabric-based structures which are likely to provide adequate protection, and also offer little space for the average Oceanic bloodling. And is there some kind of primitive settlement? A tribe of feral Oceanic bloodlings who call this improvised camp their home? Why are these creatures leading this kind of life? Are they dangerous or stupid? What purpose do these wretched dwellings serve us? What civilized being chooses to live under such conditions? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. It is likely that dirt got in the communicator in the puddle of mud just now. What was that question? Asked why everyone is yelling, wild boar, wild boar? That seems to be the name of Berta's species. Wild boar. You like it. Small round specimen of these savages storms out of a miniature hut, screeching. On his heels is Berta, who tears down the fragile skeleton of the dwelling with her dainty behind. You're relieved. Berta has the situation under control. Halflings know much for their superior wild boar. Dreamingly, you watch her go about her business for a little while longer. Makes her way through the ocean and bloodling settlement, flying through boxes of provisions with her lively snout, slamming her plump hind against feeble children. Adorable how they run with their short little legs. Strange creatures, all wear similar clothes. Maybe a military organization? Two of the savages are hiding behind a tent. Can't hear what they're saying, but you follow their gestures carefully. Small too is visibly anxious, while the other seems upset. He agitatedly talks to the little one, repeatedly stabbing one of his fingers into the samurai sash he is wearing. Quick as a flash, he grabs a hatch and runs screaming towards Berta. Oh, Florg. Not that you have much to worry about. What can a puny oceanic bloodling do with a primitive weapon? Now you look anxiously at the young lunatic who is... Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. Okay, let's storm the camp and protect her. A strong pig body does not hesitate. Fueled by the power of love, you charge into the middle of the battle. Stand protectively in front of Berta and grunt menacingly. Ha! Another pig! One of the savages armed with a bow and arrow shouts. Sure that he just insulted you. You ram your massive head into his round little belly. Yoshino Bloodling flies off into the distance, but before he lands, a few more savages charges at you. Again and again you brace your massive body against the enemies and push them back. Berta already has 2 arrows stuck in her shapely bottom, but it is only when someone kicks the bag of sandwiches out of her snout that she starts to engage in the confrontation. Battle is in full swing. Wildboar, a stranded shapeshifter in the body of a wild boar against a horde of children. Conflict as old as time. Slowly but surely you realize that the boar body might not have been the best choice. Something pointing digs into your side. Start to panic slightly. All that's going on, you don't even manage to harden your skin against the attack. Another battalion of small oceanic bloodlings with pointy sticks approaches. Is this like Corner the Children or something? Let's keep fighting. Fight. You swing your mighty head and toss and kick aimlessly in all directions, whirling around in circles. Us, meanwhile, talk at you incessantly, but primitive instincts have taken over your actions. Too late. Panic and you're concerned for Berta, exasperated by all the wounds the oceanic bloodlings have inflicted on you. Of course, your brain to fully adapt to the boar's body. Rage and grunt as if you've always been one of them. Mighty wild boar, you are no longer able to conceive the idea that it could be otherwise. Rage as if there was no tomorrow. Carpet sounds and the screams of your enemies spur on you, and yet, muscles tired, the little creatures still keep coming at you. Keep calling for reinforcements. They simply don't run out of ranged ammo. Stupid savages. Brief moment of clarity, you realize that you haven't heard Berta's grunts in a while. You hesitate and look around. She's gone. Did the pig, the love of your life, simply drop you in your greatest moment of need? Have you been just a puppet in a sinister plan to get all the supplies of the ocean and bloodling children? Another sting, this time in the back of your neck, strikes you from the unforgivable deception. Able to escape or even change form, you keep raging against the little creatures until they finally surround you. Stabs. So many stabs. As your blood gushes thickly from your body, the last thing you hear are the cheers of these little monsters. Why is it blue blood? Then you're knocked out. Oh great, I just got an achievement. Said that I was eaten by scouts. Yummy roast shapeshifter. Few hours, the Scouts Polecat Brigade will be in the process of devouring a crispy pig spit roast. At least they think they're eating is a pig. Badges of merit will be going out to Michael Obermeyer, Yoni Skavinsky, and Merritt Selleck for coordinated wild boar hunting. Badge for best improvised weapon goes to Boy Scout Mallet. The situation... I'm not going to try and pronounce that. And the spirited use of the group leader's guitar as a percussion instrument. And the skinning and dismembering of an animal badge goes to Cub Scout Fridolian. His first badge and an altogether great achievement, of which his child psychologist will be rightly very proud of. No awards will be given out for wild animal and anatomy, as none of those present will succeed in identifying any of the internal organs of the pig. Also, no badge is going to be awarded for the open air spit roast, as the team responsible for cooking will proven capable of making the aroma smell from your body. Then, after dinner, everyone would sit around their campfire and sing Scout songs. Time without guitar accompaniment, but most people were actually quite pleased with that. And between songs, they would gaze into the night sky. Some of them would wonder if they really are alone in this big, mysterious, strange universe. None of them will ever know the answer to this question. It's not to be found above them in the stars, but in their guts. This until the diarrhea and vomiting sets in a few hours later. Ew. Did not need that information. Yes, ending number 1, Scout's Hunger. But yeah, we're definitely gonna bring that back. Okay, let's try doing our blaster this time. The heavy pig's height, you leave this animal farm and reach for your blaster. Commander, what are you doing? Your cover. You'll be recognized by everyone. There are too many of them. You can't just ignore the concerns of ours. Pig simply means too much to you. In your short time on the backwoods planet, Berta was the one who taught you to feel something. Your blaster drawn, you confidently head down towards the camp. Empathy? Take the safety off your weapon. Waving love? Boston thought you send the blaster to non-stop operation. It shortens loading time, but causes less precise and inconspicuous results. Take aim at one of the little savages. True love? The last splash, the child's ashes remains rain down on the ground. The rest of the pack turns to look at you. The little scared one is just about to cry out when the same fate befalls him. Now panic sets in. You grant your enemies a brief moment of hysteria, watch your futile attempts to flee before you take them all out one by one. No one is going to lay a finger on Berta. You and your lover are now standing in the mountain of Scout Ash. Silence has returned. Berta looks at you with admiring eyes. Mayonnaise drips from her snout into the ash. Children. They were only children. How could she? But the honest objections are just noise to you. All you hear is two hearts beating as one. In no galaxy is what you just did even close to being justifiable. What are you thinking, you sick arsehole? You can see yourself in Berta's eyes. You see both the future family. They were slush, sickening. They were just children. Your mouth moves closer to Berta's sticky stout. A kiss. A true love's kiss. Untamed passion. Can't believe. Rihanna told me before I played this game that I had fallen in love with a wild boar. I would not fucking believe it. Intoxicated by the victory, you drop into the ash. You enthusiastically rub your bodies together. You can't be serious. You're the most disgusting individual I can't do this anymore. After a shrill buzz, Ash vanishes from your secret broadcast channel. Drapnik grunts a line in a glorious finale, and soon enough you fall asleep, exhausted and curled up next to each other in leftover food and scout mud. Happy union of pig and alien. Weren't quite sure whether your genetic structures would be compatible, but as a shapeshifter, you simply improvised a few things. I did not need to imagine that. Race through the woods to fight against those disgusting little oceanic bloodlings, what a day. But mission calls. One last kiss, you say goodbye to your great love. Return to you and our let us soon. Wait, we had fucking babies? You whisper in her ear. Blessed when it appears, you walk through the woods who would have thought? Landing on this planet with a blessing after all. How else would you have met your perfect partner? Dreamingly, you look at the trees, bushes and shrubs bathed in the soft light of the moon. Situation report. Reflect on the situation. Moonlight, has it really been a whole planetary rotation since your crash? Did you get distracted from your mission? How did the wild boar coitus actually last? It would have been rude to say to Berta that you had other things to do today. Bitter realization occurs to you. You have missed your chance to escape from this planet. Time window has closed, Commander. You're stuck here, you and me. Feel a lump traveling through your shape-shifting body. On the one hand, you're delighted to hear the voice of your only confidant in this strange world. Then again, her response deals you with an almost physical blow. You failed. Even if you manage to charge a battery and make the jump into oceanic blood bit with your ship, you won't get very far. No one will pick you up, at least not in the long run. I don't regret anything, you say, and you really believe that to be the case. Along here with my pig wife and my soon pig family. H2. Actually, I don't want to know how any of that fucking works. There, you said it. Ask lets out these words linger. Life log. You've never been good with words. Commander, I've had a lot to do with your incompetency, not only today, but since the very start of our cooperation. I just want you to know that all this is your fault. Maybe this will be a lesson to you. The AI beams. We can still make the best of an ass, you say hopefully. Unknown plans, unknown possibilities. For you, perhaps, my energy reserves are depleted. In a few moments, my that core will cease all operations. Forever. To put it differently, Commander, good luck. Last voice gives away to static noise. Then there's silence. Once disabled, the core cannot be restarted. You know you could make your way back to the crash site with a charged battery. There would be no way for you to save us. And without an AI, your ship's complex engineering is just an interesting part of titanium diamond cable. But you don't care. Ours is now just a collection of scorched wires and a ruined ship. You, on the other hand, are alive and have so much ahead of you. And you be kidding. Your mission... I can't believe this is still fucking happening. Mission no longer matters, and so you plod back the way you came. Lovingly, you stroke the bristles of sleeping Berta, knowing full well that you have given her with your... Don't call it that. No matter what happens now, you'll stay together, and you're sure that your descendants will rule the galaxies of hybrids of two highly developed races. Well, let's become prisoner of that place. Can't believe that's an actual fucking ending. Oh my god. What is even this game? For fuck's sake. Okay, the disappearance of the Scouts Battalion Polecat Brigade was forever to remain a mystery in the residence of Hunter... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. The burn marks and ash residue proves to be an unsolvable mystery for investigators. Immediately, wild theories circulated, covering everything from chain lightning to failed military experiment, no matter how absurd. Like the mysterious Federal Bureau for Interstellar Affairs was searching the forest and carrying off something in a hush-hush operation to alleviate the paranoia. Soon the rumor spread that the forest was haunted. Therefore, no one was surprised when years later the first reports of extraordinary large intelligent wild boars began to circulate. Wild boars with extra limbs, wild boars that carried homemade tools in their oddly shaped hooves and tentacles. The years that follow, you often wonder if it was really the right decision to trade your life of advanced technology machines, space travel, and actual beds for one existent in the mud of an unknown planet. But all does disappear as soon as you catch sight of Berta, the love of your life, and your gaggle of wonderful children. You wonder for more alien mutant children. Then you know you've done everything right. You are happy. I still can't get over the fact that we had an ending where we had children with a fucking boar. This is certainly a strange game. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens if we retreat this time. No, this isn't your fight. You don't belong here anyway. Thanks to your shape-shifting abilities, it's not hard for you to keep your distance and blend into the undergrowth, just as if you were part of the forest. was a spectacle with mixed feelings. If halflings can overpower Berta, then she wasn't right for you anyway, right? Berta rages like the wild beast she is, while your confidence turns into a creeping realization. Berta is losing this fight. Let her fight by herself. You made your choice. Hidden in the undergrowth, you continue to keep your distance. Usual playfulness in the years with Berta, which Berta had initially fended off with the ocean and bloodlings, had turned into a serious fight. Fight for life and death. Loud agonizing grunts signals to you that Berta has been hit by a spear or one of the makeshift projectiles. Scouts are landing more and more hits. Suddenly there are shovels and pointed sticks involved. A child is swinging around an object that looks like a musical instrument. We did hear about that earlier. Their wistful grunts grows fainter. They're quiet, squealing accusations of your cowardice. Too much to bear. The moment the group of oceanic bloodlings surrounded the boar, turn away in disgust. Victory cries of the little oceanic bloodling signals to you that Berta has been overwhelmed. And now I feel sad. Good decision to avoid the fight, Commander. As's voice in your ear canal snaps you out of your grief. All the excitement you had been knowing the AI, but at this point you're glad to hear a familiar voice, even if it's only the sober tone of your onboard intelligence. Wild Boar is clearly a low life form. Would have been a liability to our mission. As continues calmly. You take that back. You reply indignantly. Pig was a useful ally and could have taught us a lot about this planet, in its own way. Embarrassed, you stopped. Look for evidence to support your argument, but other than rolling around in the mud and stealing food, Berta hasn't done much to save you. Well, not yet. Simply haven't had enough time to get to know each other properly. Hearts are full of sorrow and longing, Berta. Among all the stars, there was none like her. I feel like crying, but you're embarrassed in front of us. Form an eye at the back of you, so you can cry without your AI judging you. Hidden in the undergrowth, you follow the ocean and bloodling troops. Little creatures have fashioned a contraption from the local flora to transport the wild boar they killed. Seemed to be cunning as they were merciless. Ooh, badge number 75, wild boar hunting. Tonight we're having pork with dumplings. Pork. Have consumed the enemy they had defeated, As explains. In culture, warriors tried to absorb the power of their enemies. These people appear to have similar traditions. Fascinating. After a short pause, your ask continues. No, Commander, we really look for allies for our mission. I think a group of paramilitary children is a better fit than the primitive life form they just hunted down. Her eyes, Berta has been prepared for consumption. Hard to look away. If the emotions were for this mighty boar, she didn't deserve that. Collect yourself a brief moment before answering us. I don't want to have anything to do with Berta's killers. Whatever we had to do, we'll do it on our own. And now I feel sad. Heartbroken you trudge on, those scouts, those monsters. Make them pay for killing your beloved Berta. If you have to eviscerate the whole planet, Amanda, pull yourself together. You're already transforming uncontrollably. Alice is right. Look down at yourself, you realize that you have instinctively slipped back into Fifi's form. Try to focus again. Doesn't let the sadness rule you. Berta would have wanted it that way. Or wouldn't have wanted it that way. In a small clone, you catch your breath for a moment. For the remainder of your mission, it can only be an advantage if you pretend to be one of the two-legged oceanic bloodlings. Perhaps it is time to shed Fifi's form and disguise yourself with Rudolph. Okay, yeah, and then we try to do that, which is going to be unsuccessful. Okay, let's try asking us to investigate the area this time. Us, how many of your senses are still functional? Can you scan this area for old Berta? How will I recognize one, Commander? You're a professional, and by now you know that it's best to delegate such minor details. You'll know when you see it, Us. Hear the digital equivalent of an eye roll. Scan complete. I will now take you to your destination using a complex acoustic navigation matrix with temperature coding. Begin to move. Hotter, now cold. To the right. Colder to the left. To the left. Yeah, give up. Sorry, Commander. Unfortunately, Berta has disappeared from the sensors of your ass. Not sure if us really gave it everything it could have. Behind you, the ocean blondling emerges from the bushes. Spotted anything, Fifi? What did you find? Where's Berta? Simon on his face quickly gives way to resignation. Alright, boy. Would have been too good to be true. Time to go home. With all these words, he puts a collar on you and gently pulls you after him. Okay, and back to the hut. In darkness, you dive under the table. Perhaps the worst hiding place in the whole room, you immediately realize. It's too late to change your mind now. You hold your breath and watch the ocean of bloodling, waiting for the inevitable moment of revelation. To your surprise and delight, he somehow doesn't think of looking under the table. After a few minutes, the ocean of bloodling has the bright idea to bring the real Fifi into the hut to help him with the search. Oh no. See the opportunity to quietly escape from a window and run into the forest. Oh, well, we managed to escape anyway. Wonder what would happen if we tried to swim through the lake to get to the generator. Well, there's only one way to get to the generator directly, by swimming across the lake. Commander, you do realize that this water is pumped through a very fast-spinning turbine under very high pressure. There is no way out of the pipe should you get stuck in. Strongly advised against the plan. Haha, just kidding. We're gonna try it. Fortunately, you have years of experience in ignoring your ass. You elegantly jump into the lake and transform into a three-eyed, formal, whatever that is, eel, while still in flight. With vigorous strokes, you explore the lake while ours protests loudly. Ah, small-minded AI, what do you do? What do you know? There it is. You see a suction opening in the dam wall. With powerful thrust, you move towards it. Oops. The pull is a little bit stronger than anticipated, but no problem. You can just hold on here and then, before you know it, you've been sucked into one of the tubes. Incredible speed, you're sucked into the rotating turbine. Second to last thought is of your friends and family that will never see you again. In the holo game that you brought on sale years ago and you installed it, everyone always said it was totally awesome and you always wanted to start playing it, but somehow you never had the time. Now you will never have time for it. My thought is that us must be very smug to have been right after all. Fortunately, you won't live to receive this gleeful telling off. Then the turbine shreds you. Which maybe we should have listened to our ass. Two look at the strange creature washed up on the riverbank. Doesn't look like any animal that they've ever seen. Smartphones do not return any results. Perhaps it's Nessie? You know, like in Scotland? One says? Yeah, that must be it. Come on, take it. We're going to be internet millionaires with this thing. This is how your story ends, and a new one begins. Legend of Bessie, the Barbarian Nessie. But that's another story, perhaps for the sequel. That was that ending then. Nessie your Barbarian, ending number 5. Okay, I thought this might have been similar, but yeah, I decided to look for an entrance into the generator this time, but let's take him out. We're gonna overpower him. Vaporize. Seeing as we have the gun, might as well use it. Those are all my diplomatic options, us. I guess I have no other choice. What are you talking about, Commander? If you exchange fewer than 10 words with the ocean and bloodling. With a quiet hiss, the ocean and bloodling evaporates for his unforgivable crime of showing off all work that day. Ah, poor guy. Now you have exhausted all diplomatic channels, our size. Then descend the ladder to the generator room. You're in a small stuffy room. Most of the room is taken up by a massive turbine in the center. Its roar is only drowned out by the roar of the artificial waterfall. Time to get to work. Oh, we can talk to Bodo about the agents this time. The weird birds. A bunch of oddly uniformed Oceanic bloodlings drove up and talked to one of the locals about my crash. Bodo stiffens. That is worrisome. Did you find out what the Oceanic bloodlings call themselves? I mean, did they mention an organization they work for? Share what you heard with Bodo. Looks worried. That's what I was afraid of. But what does that mean? So, well, some in this country, that's what they call their original subunits on this planet, which are what are nominous of each other, to be honest. So we haven't figured out how they get anything done on this planet with an organizational structure like that. In any case, there is a place in this country that I've heard about, but that supposedly does not actually exist. Rumor has it that where the headquarters of a secret organization are located, its purpose is to detect, study, and eliminate alien invaders. Must have attracted their attention. Swallow it hard. This does not sound good. What's the name of this mysterious place that doesn't exist? We could call it District 9. Near Biel... whatever that is. Sounds super creepy, right? Looks around pensively. We should hurry. If we can get to your ship before the humans do. We're swiftly through the jungle. There's exotic creatures all around you. Okay, let's have a chat with Bodo. Do you have any family? Bodo shakes his head in response. Not a big family, just Mum, Dad, and me. Oh, what happened to your other parents? Wait, you guys have other parents? A very sensitive question, Commander. As intervenes audibly to both of you. Oh, no problem, it's nothing tragic or anything. Divorce and the rest of my parents live happily in Las Vegas, the 4th. I always visit them around Florgus. Hey, where are you going to go once we get out of here? Is there anywhere in particular you want to go when we get out of here? Bodo shakes his head. Anywhere else will do just fine. Main thing is to get away from here. Main thing is civilization. Are you Clarify? Don't you want me to take you to headquarters? Sure, your superiors would be happy to see you again too. Oh yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, that sounds good. Yeah, I forgot that in this playthrough we don't have the scanner, so we don't know that he's a criminal. Okay, what did you do before the crash? Before the crash? Told you, I was a cartographer. Always traveling the galaxy and charting unknown planets. Not as exciting as you think. Most of the time you were alone with your ass. And most of the planets are uninhabited. And after a few months, you get used to all the sublime, untouched beauty stuff. And it's just a bit boring. A friend of mine also started studying cartography. Did you go to the Updog Academy too? Yes, that's the one. Good school. Had a great time there. Actually, you were just trying to get Bodo to say, what's Updog? Now you're told that you went to a made-up school. Okay, let's go back to the crash site. Okay, let's try talking to Bodo. I was having a bit of a breakdown. You turned to Bodo. Who are these people, and more importantly, how do we get rid of them? Bodo sounds worried. Afraid this is that unit of alien hunters I told you about. Had a few close encounters with these guys already. We don't want to fall into their hands alive, but here's the good news. They don't have access to their own spaceships. We can just manage to take off, we'll be safe. Yeah, we've fallen into their hands a handful of times already. Hear the sound of Arthur's reboot over the communicator. Calm down again, in case anyone is interested. Ignore us and turn back to Bodo instead. Do you have any ideas yet? Bodo nods thoughtfully. Alright, here's my suggestion. We split up. One of us organizes a diversion while the other advances into the ship, installs the battery, and starts the repair. Okay, we'll have you perform the destruction maneuver this time. But now that we don't have the scanner, hopefully you won't flip out on us. Okay, don't know why I'm giving him the battery. Pull out the charged battery from inside and hand it to Bodo. I will destruct the ocean bloodlings now. Wait for my signal. What's the signal? You'll see soon. Now you slowly start circling the crash site, looking for the ideal diversion. In the undergrowth, they examine the oceanic bloodlings. Oh, okay. I kinda selected the wrong one, but I guess we're going this route. Sea patrols, scientists, workers, and evidently useless individuals standing around. Presumably the superiors. Is so the case when you're stuck? Confide in an AI. Ask what would be the best way to disperse of the ocean of bloodlings. Your ask has anticipated your question and prepared potential courses of action. A. Triggering an explosion. B. Reveal yourself as an alien and how the ocean of bloodlings chase you. Yes, explosions. Or we can chase them around, I guess. Yeah, let's go with explosions. What could I blow up here? Yes, with barely restrained glee. Purely for the mission, of course. Vehicles of the ocean and buildings are filled with highly reactive fuel. It should be easy to detonate one of them. The bigger problem will be how to do that from a safe distance. Yeah, we can use the blaster. So if I understand you correctly, I would have to generate concentrated heat from a great distance to detonate one of those vehicles. Correct. That would be the safest method. Fortunately, we currently lack the technical capabilities for this. Not quite clear how. Pull out your blaster, take quick aim and fire. Flash a green light illuminates the crash site for a split second before being replaced by a dramatic orange flame ball. A giant explosion while the truck blows up and its parts scatter around the clearing. Ocean and bloodlings are panicking. How did you do that? Did you forget I had a blaster with me? Yeah, asked Mowgli. I have no idea what a blaster is, Commander. Presumably this information is stored on my external databases, which have already been plundered by the Oceania bloodlings. While most of the personnel run headlong across the crash site, some security guards gesture wildly to each other and keep pointing in your direction. Oh, apparently they have identified the source of your laser. Pack breaks free from the chaos and runs towards you with weapons drawn. Time to get out of here. The ocean buildings are hot on your heels. Good, that's where you want them. You sneak into the forest. A few breaths taking minutes before Ars proudly says in your ear, "Excellent, Commander, your diversion was successful, but it was able to connect the battery and start the repair process. Please shake off your pursuers now." Easier said than done. Let's escape of the treetops. All for nothing. You stretch your arms stretched and they become longer and thinner. Short ocean and building hands become 3 thin claws. Deal for climbing the local flora. Fortunately, the local plants do not have null parasites. Easy. Still, the effort of shape-shifting is almost too much for your fatigued body. This planet is not good for you in many ways. Soon you've reached the top of the big plant and you're swinging over to the next one, and the next. Build more and more tempo. Finally, you catapult yourself directly onto the tail of your spaceship. Do an elegant flip and land on the grass. In the distance, you hear the insults of the soldiers you have outrun. Confident of your victory, you run to your ship. You can see Bodo's shape in the airlock. Delighted you quicken your steps to finally get out of here. Bodo looks you straight in the eye. Then the lock between you closes. You need a tiny moment to understand what's going on. Bodo wants to leave you behind. Of course he does. Sorry, buddy, I really am, but I'm afraid I can't take you with me. Bodo's voice is suddenly cold and calculating your communicator. You see, I want a galaxy wide, and, well, I can't have any witnesses. Leaving you out there seems somehow nicer than kicking you out of the airlock later. Your mind is racing. Breathlessly, you scream into your communicator. Us, ramp up the pirate defenses now. Bodo is faster. Us, immediately transfer all command rights to me. Password ABC12. Of course the password is that. Universal password detected. Please wait. Transfer of all command rights complete. Other shapeshifter chuckles. Nice. Now your ass is mine. May not know it, but I am the best AI kidnapper in the galaxy. So don't get your hopes up. Thanks for your ship. I'll be off. Goodbye, or as they say on Earth, Servius. With that, the connection breaks. Well, shit. Okay, we're on to the Wappletinger. A blind, hopeless rage courses through you. After everything you've been through today, after everything you had to suffer, after all this, that Glorquox just wants to abandon you here, left to die on this fog-forsaken world? No, you didn't go through all this only to be left behind by this backstabbing traitor. I cannot and will not accept this. The ocean of belongings around you are in a frenzy as the primary engines of your ship power up. Have only moments until Bodo escapes with your ship. You run. All is already completely repaired, so there's no easy way to slip up. All you can think of are the navigation jets, the airlock, and the waste disposal chute. Okay, let's do the waste disposal chutes, I guess. Of course, waste generated during a space travel is usually recycled, but out of consideration for the cultural customs of biological beings, most bodily excretions are excluded. These are flung down the waste chute into the vastness of space, where they then drift further, or slap onto the main screen of another ship. Ew. Again, too much information. Suddenly you ponder whether a different chain of decisions in your crash would have resulted in you not ending the day with an expedition through an excrement transport tube. Luckily, you crawl into the shaft. Just in time. As soon as you squeeze into the narrow, smelly tunnel, then you feel a familiar rumble around you. But it's fired up the main thrusters. Ship takes off. Crawl through the tube, you're finally looking at a sight you never thought you'd be happy to see. Inside of your toilet lid. With as much dignity as the situation allows, you emerge from the toilet. And you made it on board. As greets you over your communicator. I'm really happy to have you back. Please don't take this next part personally. It's merely what my programming forces me to do. What's the next part? You can still ask before Arthur's voice sounds over all of the ship's speakers. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Of course. So you crawled aboard somehow, but his voice sounds annoyed. Doesn't matter, I'll activate pirate defense. Take cover. With a daring jump, you dive into an angle protected from the lasers. Weapons burn small holes into the area where you were standing just a moment ago. You're safe, but you can't leave your position until you disable the lasers. Okay, let's try overriding the commando codes. So override commando codes back to me. Password 123 ABC. In last week, as you can hear Bo's sardonic laugh. Think I'm stupid? First thing I did was change the passwords. Damn it. Guy's a master hacker. I should have figured as much. Okay, let's, well, it's no use appealing to us because he's reprogrammed or what, so let's appeal to Bodo. Just the thanks I get for getting you off this damn planet. Going to let me get shot by my own ass? You yell abruptly. With a skillful jump, you take cover in an alcove in the wall. Back in a second later before small lasers burn holes in your newly repaired ship. Maybe safe, but you can't leave either. You have no choice but to yell at Bodo. Aren't you responding? Didn't your parents teach you enough decency to answer simple questions? Well, what a criminal. You would never let me on your ship, let's face it. If you did, then it would just be to collect the bounty. But that sounds upset, but also a little remorseful. Let me live and we'll... I can petition for your pardon, or let me live and we'll forget all about this. Try this one? I understand you don't want to go back to prison. Nobody wants that. But what have I got to do with it? You plead with Voodoo. The crime was just being helpful to you. Let me live and we'll forget about the whole thing. Drop you off wherever you want and we'll erase all records. Well, I thought I clicked on the first option. Voodoo's voice is weak. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Ask. Disable pirate defense. Pirate defense disabled. Okay, you go into the stasis chamber for now. We'll talk more later. Hey, where are you going? Head straight for the bridge. Puffing, you enter the command center and simultaneously get completely rid of your oceanic bloodlings looks. Behind you, Bodo's petite figure crouches behind your armchair. In his hands appears a freshly assembled blaster. Stay back, his voice quivers. His weapon hand wobbles like a hyperactive jellyfish in a planet quake. Now we can talk about this. Raise your tentacles appealingly. We can talk about anything. All you have to do is put the gun down. You see it in his eyes that Bodo doesn't have it in him to pull the trigger. Maybe, probably, you think. With firm and slow steps you approach him. Look, I know that what you've been through. I was only on this planet for half a turn and it was perhaps the worst day of my life. Can't even imagine what it must have been like to be stuck there for years. Take another step towards him. His eyes become moist. It was hell. Bodo begins to cry. The dome was entirely on pretzels and beer. The music here is terrible. I'd rather have my slack slammed in an airlock door than listen to anyone yodel one more time. And constantly having to look at these majestic landscapes is unbearable. Bodo, meanwhile, was completely in tears. I had to get out of there, but I don't want to go back to prison either, and... It's okay, buddy, I see. His gun in hand drops as he sobs unrestrainedly. Take a step closer. I understand why you felt you had no choice. I probably would have done the same in your situation, but you're off this planet now. Just put the gun down and I promise I won't turn you into the authorities. Deal? Okay. That's fine, yes. Bodo lowers his blaster, trembling. There you go. Hey, that wasn't so hard. One last step, you stand right in front of Bodo. For a moment, your tentacle rests soothingly on his shoulder. Then you take a swing and knock him out. Successfully escape meant that the agents from the Federal Bureau of Internal Affairs were left with little except mutual accusations and a handful of alien gizmos, most of which proved too advanced and alien for analysis. All that could be said with certainty is that aliens exist. A certain uneasiness spread about what kind of first impression humans made on the Vista. Moreover, the intelligence agencies involved had to realize that the launch of the spacecraft is much harder to cover up than its landing. Okay, and then yeah, we've already read through all this, so... And yeah, Uncle Hands, and then yada yada... Okay, now this should be different. I brought you and Bodo back to civilization safely. We were able to report your discovery to the Academy of Sciences, and also repair Bodo's reputation and obtain him a pardon. Bodo was able to contribute much more to the understanding of this new fascinating species thanks to his long stay on Earth, as the natives call it. After much deliberation, the Academy voted to make official contact. Natives would certainly benefit from a comprehensive support program, but generally nothing stands in the way of their acceptance into the galactic community. But you're not involved. You enjoy a long, well-deserved vacation. Sip a cocktail on a lounger in Las Vegas 4. Hard to believe you survived this whole ordeal. Sit back and stare at the starry sky. Everything is well. Yeah, well, that was a kind of a happy ending. Yeah, first contact. Ending number 19. Okay, we're gonna go for the airlocks, even though he'd probably shoot us back out again. Desperately, you run towards the main entrance. Pay no attention to the ocean of blood lengths around you. Hammer the door open button, but ask reports over your communicator. Commander, the airlock is locked during the launch. I can't let you in. Apologetically, it adds, it's a security protocol. Seconds away from launch. Navigation jets? Navigation jets. Jets are only used when changing direction. If you can get inside, you can then also enter the engine room via the gas line, you think. There are many movable parts in this plan. Jerking under your feet tells you it's too late to think of anything else. Ship has taken off and you're desperately clinging to the hull. If you don't get inside now, you suffocate in space, or you'll get knocked off the ship somewhere and fall back onto the planet from great height. Crawl inside the jets. Tube is narrow and stinks of fuel. Neither is really surprising. Suddenly there's a cackle in your communicator, and you hear an unexpected voice. Bodo. My sensors show me that you somehow made it onto the ship. Okay, I would clap, but I need both hands to hold the steering wheel. Guess there is. I just wanted to leave you on this planet. Would have looked you an assembler, but no, you had to persist. You have no one to blame but yourself, or what happens now blame but yourself. So I'm assuming you're crawling around somewhere on the hull to get inside. Tell me where you are, I'll keep flying in loops until you fall off on your own. In the waste disposal chutes. There's no way you can shake me off. You yell at the communicator. Maybe, but I can flush you out. Activate toilet flush. 300% power. Copy that, initiate. Initiate. Oh good, they don't think he got you. As flushing sounds come through your communicator, you reach one of the fuel nozzles and twist it open from the inside. Quickly crawl inside the ship. Okay, we're back here again. Okay, I'm trying to dodge. Okay, no problem. You'll just rely on your supernatural agility and reflexes to dodge the lasers. After all, your opponent is just a supercomputer with deadly laser beams. Easy. You jump into the hallway leading towards the command room, and immediately get a painful burn through your shoulder. Ow. Before you have time to scream, a second beam cuts off your hand. A wet smack, it falls to the ground where it transforms and reverts into the original tentacle tip. Run! There's no turning back. You start running. There's a chute over your shoulder, under your feet, through your stomach. Dodge, duck, jumps, and zigzag. A lot of the lasers miss you, but some hit you and cut off little parts of you. Dash around the last corner to the command room. Beam at the hip height blocks your path. Just as you're about to dive under it, fans around the grid and then threatens to cut you into tiny cubes. Make myself smaller. In a split second, you flatten your body to jump through the gap created in the laser grid. Everything around you now happens almost as if it's slow motion. Halfway through the grid, when the beams abruptly change direction, you cut into small work cubes. Last thing you hear is Bodo's voice over the speakers. Yuck. Please dispose of this nearest airlock. Whoops. Several miles above the Earth's surface, your body detaches from the ship as it breaks through the thermosphere. Your lifeless form, forever trapped by the blue planet's gravitational field, begins a long journey back to the ground. You will never get away from here. The frustrated ocean blumblings stare after your spaceship. Only a few moments ago, they were in possession of an alien miracle, technologies that would have advanced humanity by centuries. As the key to curing cancer, reversing climate change, or ushering in world peace was on that ship. Or a lot of money could have been made from this tech. Doesn't matter, now everything is gone. I think one of the people noticed the small shooting star that detached from the ship, and then burned up in the Earth's atmosphere. Certainly, the observer made a wish before he set about packing up his work gear and returning to his office. Well, at least I became a shooting star in the end. Yeah, ending 18. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? What have you been carrying around your blaster? Don't use it now, when will you? The only against swipe, you pull out the ray gun and switch it to the laser cutter. At the same time, the entire ship beneath you jolts. Bodo has initiated launch. The footage of spaceship launch, they always look so slow and leisurely. This is because these shots are usually taken on very large ships at a great distance. Launch is actually pretty fast and extremely violent. Pressure almost wipes you off the ship. Last moment, you form suction cups so not to slip up the hull. Fully clasping your blaster, you point it at the hull. Using a concentrated beam, you burn a round hole large enough to slip through. Mind you that willful damage to Union property will result in criminal prosecution. Ask complaints over your communicator. Besides, that really hurts. Instead of responding, you fight the wind to get inside the ship. Take one last look over the edge of the ship and already see the forest disappearing below you. Then you are inside. Suddenly, small drones begin to close the hole behind you. You are so exhausted. Please change your blaster power source to ensure effective terminations. Weapon reports. Throw the now useless weapon away. It's taken you far enough. Well, okay, I thought this might be different, but I guess not.